And welcome to another episode of the DataStax C# Hour. Getting started here. Just launched JetBrains Writer somewhere on one of these screens. Aha! And we're going to be getting back into the Cassie Schema Migrator. There we go. Oh, it's a bit oddly crazy. Let's see here. Can I do that? No. Let's do that. There we go. Looking to make sure my table isn't going to fall over on me here. Put it into standing desk mode. I haven't done that for a while. So, kind of a new experience almost. Let's zoom in on this, see where we are here. As with good practice, last time we left off, I had just added some Docker examples for some automation here, just starting up Docker with like Docker run Cassie, and then Cassie remove Docker stop, exec Docker, etc. That was just a little example. And then we had got it into spinning up and spinning down for the test. So there's a specific test that is left, which is to start writing code around the actual migration of the data schema. So let's do that. Let's run the test and get to started. Get to started. What kind of word is that? To started. Let's get started on the next step, which our test will show us as soon as we pull up. Unit test, scroll that up. There's our last execution. Let's run all of those again. And that's the one that should come back as unfinished or throw an exception or whatever. Beautiful. Looks like code execution's faster too. I'm not sure what that is, but this needs to be the migration against the database. Needs to test the migration against the database. All right, so as with any of my streams that I'm involved in, if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, etc., please do tell me. I'm just going to get into the code here, and then we'll, as always, talk through the different bits. All right, here is execute up migration. Double click there, brings it right here. Here is the exception that I left in here, the purposely thrown exception. Currently, this is just the stuff around the code to start up the environment that needs to be there for this pertinent integration test. So let's see here, Docker run Cassie, Docker destroy Cassie. So, and this Docker helpers here is not in the examples. It is in the core lib tests here. So here it is. So it's in this file, just for clarity. We have our execute Docker, and then Docker run Cassie, Docker destroy Cassie. They're all static because it's just static helper functions or helper methods, whatever you want to call it. Back in here, let's get going. All right. So the question is, with our first migration, we need to write our first migration into the test data. Because, actually, let's run to right here in debug mode. So we're going to run these tests. And this one is going to be run in debug mode. And we're going to stop right there. We're going to take a look at our migration path, which is the executions that need to be executed to commit to a migration, to get a migration done. And we'll look at that and we'll see which file is going to run first. And that file I'm going to add an actual migration to. So you have migration path here. what is that? Oh, that's, yeah, that comes back. That's the directory that these files and stuff are written in. So if we go here, migrations to execute is what we need to actually work off of. And it's ready, and it has 9 migrations in it. Now some of these are down, and some of these are, oops, they're not all down. Some of them are up, down, down. There's one, up, 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 down. So some are up, some are down, right? And we just want the ones that are specifically up, and we want to execute those. So we want to say migrations to execute dot migrate. Is it migrate? Yeah, migrate. Whoops. Like that. And then we'll do an assert dot is true, true. No, wait, true, right? Yep, true. And then we're going to put this in here because it just returns true if the migration has been completed. Any other results we're going to want to write out to the table where we'll track the migrations. But otherwise, this right here itself needs to just confirm that it has executed successfully if true, or not executed or failed somehow false. Okay. And we'll log, do everything else into a file. Because technically speaking, at the time of execution, the only thing appropriate is to say it succeeded or failed. That's all you want. Then if it failed, you want to look back and determine what occurred. If it succeeded, you want to then do whatever your next step is. So with this as is, I can now run this and let's see what we actually get. Oh, whoops, I did not run the right thing. Let that finish. So now I'll go back into here. I'm going to run this unit test. All right, it failed, as it should, because this shouldn't return anything but failure right now. We haven't implemented it. So let's go to the declaration. Just bring us over there. And there, of course, I've just got it stubbed out with it returning the false statement. So the question really is then, at migrate, what do we want to do? We want to just make this call out to something that's going to migrate the code, or what? That is the question. So really, what else we need to add here? We need to add, so migrate's going to execute it. The path will just give us the path, but we want to state in migrate what path we want. We want the up or down path, right? So let's put migration in here. We'll change the signature. Migration, up, down. And then here, we're going to actually get that path. Okay. So here we're going to say migration path. Oh, whoops. What did I do? Oh, there we go. Path equals, and we're going to say, we're going to write this dot path, and then here we're going to pass our up down, and that'll give us the result here locally in the actual method. Okay, whereas in the test, that one's derived independently of this one. Okay, but we're all ready to work now. So here we want to now initiate connection. Oops. Connection to actually, let's see. We got this brings up some questions. So we have file selection, which is the process of going through the files, selecting the files, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then the migration path is specifically responsible for putting together the actual migration path, okay, and putting the contents together for the migration path, right? So it gets together, collects, and then provides the things to execute. But it shouldn't be particularly the thing that will execute the actual code against the database. There should be another class that's responsible for taking the set of commands and executing them, right? So let's actually look in our tests. And it's your Docker Helkers, Cassie core, core lib tests. All right, let's create another test file. And this is going to be, let's do up. Migration up. So that fixes at least the test. It's still going to fail. And we need this to continue to fail because that one's not implemented. So this looks good. So we can get to that. But then let's go back in over here. Actually, let's change the theme too. This is a little, the blue is a little funky on the eyes. Let's go to material theme. Let's go to this one. What do we get? Any better? Yeah, okay. So it's just a little offset in color, even though that offset's not so great either. Let's go with Dracula theme. How's that look? There we go. That makes it stand out a little bit more. Okay. That'll work for us. So I'm going to go into tests. Create a new, well, I guess I'm creating a new class. Test numbers. Cassie core lib test. And then let's do this one as Cassie schema. No. Cassie core lib dot file selection migration patch. What should we call it? Database, maybe. Well, let's schema for database for schema for schema, database, remote path origin. Oh, come on. What the hell should I call it? Database. Oh, database destination database. That's what I'm going to call it. Destination database. We'll add that like that. Actually, let's do this. Oh, I'm just putting all of them in that file is what I've been doing so far. I should break that out to individual things. So this should be, oh, I don't like that at all. Damn it. Let's do edit, rename. I do that. So in here, let's get rid of that part. Database tests. Well, how did I actually, you know what, just freaking A. Delete. Okay, we're gonna go in here and start here. Even though I don't particularly want to, but I'm gonna start here. So fact public void verify execution database. So this will verify that the Docker container is there, etc. I need to figure out how to do this, regardless of whether this is a good test or not. It's a good integration test, but we need to figure out how to make the connection and initiate from that point of view. Right now, our database is most likely not spooled up. Let's pull up a terminal, and we'll see what's out there. Oops, Docker PS, what's active? So that's out there running right now. Oh, because I ran that test halfway, then I stopped it. Is that what happened? I think so. So let's actually stop this one. Docker stop Cassie blah 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 for testing, and then Docker remove. Oh, I got a bunch of them out there. So let's do this one. Remove this one. And then Docker remove this one. All right, so now we got nothing running. Stuff is in here. Okay, so all those are in there. And cool. All right. So then we can go in. Okay, so I have it where it spins up that database. It spins up that container database. Verify destination database. All right. So in here, we'll write an unfortunately poorly designed test. Which would be what? Let's see here. First, we want to get the class, and we're going to call it the var database. Let's call it destination db equal new destination database, like so. And here, we're going to create the type. No, we don't want to do that just yet. Let's actually do this. Then we're going to say destination db dot what do we call it? Verify, or no, yeah, verify connection, like that. And then verify connection. Pause with me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Okay, we got that. So then this is going to be a method, and we'll just do assert dot true, and that'll need to be true. Okay, that's going to be our test. That's how clean and simple it's going to be. So let's get this built. Create this type. Is that going to actually create the type? Yeah. Okay, it did. So then we're going to take this though. I'm going to put it way yonder over here in core lib. Call this, and then destination database. Add that, and let's see, that is the same. Yep, okay. So now with that there, I can go back. Oh, I should show you this other trick. Actually, forget that. I didn't put it there. Okay. Let's take that out. Edit, delete, delete. I'm gonna go back in here to our test. Select that, Alt Enter. We're gonna create the type. Okay, now it's over here, it's in the test file. Okay, but we don't want it in the test file. We're testing it, but it needs to be in the functional library. So then in here, that is correct. It's a class, I want that. So let's right click here, refactor, and do a move. And we're gonna move it to another type of namespace folder. I think another file. Let's try that. So yes, we'll put it in that file. Okay, okay, so we got it in this file now. But then let's see if we can refactor this. And we'll try to move to a folder. I don't see how to put it in another project just yet. Add. Let's see if we can do it from here. Refactor. Move. Let's try another namespace. No? So I know there used to be a way with ReSharper to target folder. No, I don't want it in that folder. I want it in, here we go. Cassie schema migrator. Oh no, that's not what I want. Cassie core lib. That's what I want right there. So put classes in a separate file. Preserve hierarchy of folder name. Don't want that. I want the namespaces fixed. Allow and change internal visibility to public when it is required. I think that is what I want. So then this, yeah, so that should be it. Let's see it do it. I'm going to add that file. So now we have this here in the core lib namespace, right? And over here, we should now appropriately have up here. Okay, so it's shown here, and we have Cassie core lib pulled in, which I believe was already done. But now this is mapped appropriately to the actual constructor of the class, or of the class that is over here. So currently we just have the class designated because that was the refactoring I did now. So here I want to click on new though and alt enter. And let's see here. It says inspect this, generate code. Let's do generate code and generate a constructor. Oh, that's stupid. Why did it put it there? That's not what I wanted. Let's try to get it to actually do it for the class. Refactor, extract. No, that's not what I want. Okay, well in here I can do this though. So right click on this, say create method, and that's going to create the method in here. So do bool. It's not implemented just yet. And we're going to want a constructor. They should, actually, let's see about that generate code refactor. Refactor, right? Or no, generate, where is it? There, generate code. And let's do it in constructor. Oh, yeah, it didn't really do that much, but yeah, so anyway, there's our constructor, okay? And we're gonna do an override constructor too, public destination database, and we'll take in a, is there an IP? Yes, IP address. And then let's do one that says public destination database with a string address. Okay. Now basically this one, these top two, here let me rearrange them. These top two are going to call this third one. The third one's going to have the bulk material in it. But this one is going to have the get default / configuration based IP, and then thus call the destination database. And pass in that address, which will be var address equals, we'll just give it one for right now, 192 dot, actually let's give it the actual database. Oh, do I not have the connection? Oh yeah, because it's doing it off the queue. It's creating it. So what is that test helper doing? Test helpers. Docker helpers. There we go. So network default. So we say start. So the first thing is we run it. Then we stop and remove it. Okay, so Oh, do we not actually give it? How can we get the IP out of that? That is the inherent issue right now. We need to get the IP dynamically so that we can actually connect to it. So let's... Okay, let's take a look at this one. We'll take a look at actually... Let's manually create this thing that we were looking at it here. So it's docker run dash name. We'll say Cassie manual test network. What is the network? What did I call it? Oh, default. We're putting it in the default network. Default -d. And then Cassandra 3.114. Whoops, 4. Right? 3.114. Yes. Okay, so if we do that, it's doing something. It's not letting me. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. Docker run name Cassie manual test, and then network default HD Cassandra 3.114. There we go. Okay, that created it. So now if I docker ps, there's that one. So let's go out to the terminal here. Docker ps. There we go. So docker inspect. Let's do that one. So currently this is the IP. So the question is, start Docker command. How do we retrieve just the IP? Oh, I bet this is an easy hack. Let's take a look. That's what I'd want right here. I knew that would be readily available somewhere. Somebody had wanted to do that before. Inspect Cassie manual test. Whoops. All right, so we'll take that. What happens if we do a little bit more, another more elegant way instead of bash tricking? Oh yeah, okay, let's try this. That looks even better, honestly. Do the, there we go, does the autocomplete. Oh, that's beautiful, perfect. So we want to do this. It's your inspect da 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 da. Oh yeah, let's do public static. And we'll do public static IP. Let's do IP static address. Get Docker address. We'll do this. There we go. Okay. So the command is that. So let's call return exec docker with first, let's do string command equals $signs this thing. Okay, and then here we need to do single one of these and do Cassie name. Yes, Cassie name. Right? Does that look right? That looks good. So let's do that. Command. Oh, I don't need to return a true or false. So I want that to happen. And then process start. So let's see, what is the result of the process start? We're going to have to it returns a bool. Process.start. .toString. Is that, oh goodness, what the heck is going on here? Maybe there's a process.start. My process has exited. My process.refresh, console.writeLine. Oh, weird. Okay, so my process.start. This is what I want to do. I want to do this. Actually, let's do this using Docker command like that. I think I can do a error trap. Let's do this. Let's do a public static string IP. We'll do address or address, something like that. Okay, so then this will be the result. Oh yeah, I need to. What is this fussing about now? This is process to type bool. I thought that's what it just said it does. Well, whatever. Okay, we're going to take out this. We're going to take out this. We're just going to have it write stuff. Okay, and then this is, we don't need this then. Salt exec docker. I'm going to do this. Do not need to do that. Void here. This is void 2. Oh, shoot. Oh, I should do a try. Yeah, E. There, and then finally, if all that's hunky-dory, then we do this one. And this, right here, will go right here. We'll get rid of that if. And that's actually a little cleaner there. I don't know why that's even there. Remove the parameter. Oh, yeah, do. Destroy in there. How does it determine what to destroy? Well, anyway, we'll look back at that in a minute. It seems like this should go into name. Exec docker, my process, yeah. Just in Cassie name. Cassie name is this. Here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that might not actually work. We're going to look back at that in a minute. I might need to turn this into an instantiated class so we get the name and only one name. Actually, let's put a pause on this one. Oops, Control Alt / there we go. And then let's look back at, and this should still work as is. So that gives us a refactor on how that runs, but it shouldn't break anything. And then if we look back in here, okay, we got that, and that shouldn't do anything except verify connection, which it will. Let's do return false until we actually make it do something here. So in these instantiations are going to be commented out for just the moment. Then let's run the test one more time. I don't know what that was. Whatever it was, though, it was some epically thrashing code, like to the nth degree. I don't know. Check my CPUs, OBS, writer, etc. It just went off the hook, and I'm not entirely sure what exactly just happened there. It was not computer friendly, that is for sure. So let's get back in there. We're gonna find out what in the world just went down with this thing. So there is our start stop bit. I think for safety's sake, Maybe we come back out here to this simple app. See this one, Docker examples. I'm just going to run it. You know, that looks like it worked. Let's see if let's see if it's actually Docker. Yes, there it is. Okay, Docker, stop, Cassie, there we go. And then Docker, PS. All right, so it's all cleaned up. Let's, instead of what we were doing, so we want to stop, want to run, stop, remove Docker. Okay, and if this works as it should, so that's going to run Cassie, stop Cassie, and Cassie's going to get removed. Okay, so we're doing static all over the place here. Let's actually let's make this not static, like this. And then let's create a new object here. We're going to call ourselves Docker, Cassie, we should call it Docker for tests. Like that. And then I'm going to say var Docker for tests equals new. Okay, so then I'm going to create a class here. Internal class. Nope, I'm going to make it a public class because I'm going to move it in a minute. Let's go to new project and let's call it class library. Yes. And we're going to call it Docker for tests. Yep, that looks good. So create that. Here's our class. And let's call it Dockering. Yeah, let's do that. And then we're going to alt insert, generate a constructor. Container. Well, if nothing, we'll create one. Otherwise, we'll go public dockering container name, like so. Okay, and then go back over to program here. I'm going to take that out of there, actually. I'm going to take this and put this dockering in, and this probably knows, yeah, reference Docker for tests, like this. So Docker examples is going to use our Docker for tests class. And then all of this stuff, whoops, let's do this. Yes, okay. Go back in here. Let's do this. Let's sync the name, right? Type in Docker. Nope, add a dictionary. Dockering, rename file to type match type. Yes, we want to do that. And then this is going to be a string name. Okay, and we're going to put these down here. And we're going to have one with container name. Oops. String network. And we're going to do Cassie version. Yeah, okay. So, and I guess we'll make this a thing. Rename to Dockered. Is that one? No, Docker. Oh, let's call it. What just happened? Come on. Oh, there we go. Docker cruft. There we go. Okay. So then we're going to have the exec Docker. Yep, here we go. So this one is going to be the main private thing for everything. And then this one is going to be public. All right, and then program here. Yeah, so then Docker dot Docker run Cassie, Docker for test dot stop Cassie, and then Docker for test, Docker removed. And that all should change to more appropriate names. I realize that. So let's get that done. Okay. And this is going to be Cassie name. Then network, yes. And then version. And you didn't need to move down there. Network. There we go. Okay, so all those bits are in there. What is this fussing about? Does not match the rule local variables. This name is Docker for... Okay. Fix it then. There we go. Alrighty, so then in here, we'll want to make this a what? Create field. Yeah, let's create a field. And then we'll just make it a string. Then private string network, private string Cassie version. Alright, Docker cruft. So this is going to make Cassie name, this, network, this, and then Cassie version, this. Okay. So this should be Cassandra, boom, 3.114, whoops, 4, right? And that'll be default. That'll be this. Yep. Network is default. Three 3.14. Nope. What is this fussing about? So let's see here. Inspect. Nope. Oh, import. Let's do this too. Convert. Yeah, to interpolations. And go down here, and then this will be Cassie name equals container name network equals network, and then Cassie version equals Cassie version. Okay, there we go. And then it's private, don't really need to see it. Okay, so this is going to be, no, let's refactor it to run Docker Cassie. Or no, yeah, I'm going to keep it that. Docker run Cassie. I'm just going to leave it, but this one I want to change. So refactor. rename to Docker remove Cassie. There we go. Okay. And then we'll switch to interpolations here. We'll switch to interpolations here. Same. And there we go. Okay, so we're cleaned up. We have it in a class. So it can be called by other things then. It doesn't have to be just called by the examples. We could add functionality to it if we want to even. For example, so we've got Docker run, Docker stop, Docker remove. So let's see those things work now. So Docker example, let's run it. So what happened here? Oh, do we need... Oh, so I did a... Oh, let's do that for each of these. Let's do console dot write line. So we're going to have our command. And then here is string command equals this bit. There, okay. But actually, let's... Not thinking very smart here. Okay. This, I need to say console.writeLine. You say Docker space. And then how do they do this? Oh, yeah. Docker space command. Like that. There we go. So then I don't have to put that in there. And I can just put in the single line. There we go. Okay. Then I can add logging and everything for that one too. So we got run, stop, and remove. So we got instantiate. So let's do program. Now let's run it. Let's run it and see what is up here. All right, first line. So then we go to the next line. And where's the console? Okay, so it's right. Go to terminal. Docker PS. Oh, we got two of them. So one of them should go away momentarily, though. So let's go back to, where is it? Debug, console. Let's go to the next thing. Boom. So we stopped Cassie. So if we go back to the terminal, Docker PS. Okay, so one of them is stopped, the 9cc version. So if we go to Docker PS-all, we'll see that one. 9cc, there's 9cc right there. Okay, exited 13 seconds ago. So now if I go here and hit the next one, this 9cc should be gone. So I'm going to pull this all the way up. So let's hear. Yep, 9cc is gone. Okay, so the delete is occurring. But now, if I take out the debug, let that run, then run it again, I'll probably get a break. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so it's happening too fast, and it's not able to remove because the stop hasn't occurred, or vice versa, or whatever. So what we need to do is put in a little bit of sleepiness here. So Docker cruft Go down here. Let's do one right here. Dot right line. Do dollar. Done. Executing. And then I'll put in a sleep. What is it? Thread dot sleep. Yeah. And we'll put in 100 milliseconds, so 1 second. Let's see if that works. That looks like it worked. So let's take a look. Clear Docker PS. Okay, we got 2. So let's Docker stop Cassie 8. Docker remove Cassie 8. Docker stop that one, and Docker remove Cassie. Okay, nothing's running. And in the list here, so let's get rid of Docker remove Cassie 1 something, and then Docker remove Cassie C, and Docker remove Cassie manual test. Yes, and Cassie. Oops. I'm gonna get rid of some of these other ones real quick. Docker remove Tinder McCarthy. Yes. Whatever that one is. Oh, that was one of my variant attempts at the other stuff. It's clear. All right, so nothing running. Nothing in the queue. That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to bring that back down. And let's just run this again. And it should create it. And then remove it. Okay. So let's just for visibility do 300. Created. Oh, it didn't stop it first. Let's do 500. So there's still... yeah, okay. So let's not do that here. Let's do that on stop Cassie. Let's do it right after that. Let's do 10. Why is it not stopping the container, damn it? All right, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do here, which is not a simple thing to undertake. So I guess let's try that many. Let's see what we get. I want to get this to run at least one time. And then we're going to call it a day. Even though I'm going to have to merge these two episodes, which is frustrating. Or this split episode from the crash. Done as error response statement. Stop before doing whatever. Error response. So let's do that. All right, so let's look at these Docker containers. Docker PS. Docker stock Cassie. Oh, whoops. B. Okay. So did it stop it? And it deleted it. Yes? No? Maybe? It seems to have. So that looks like about how long it takes. So let's put this one up to 20. This one we'll leave at 500. Or no, let's put it at. Yeah, look there. Okay, got done. So let's run this again. Whew, okay. So exec docker. Let's put in stopped container. Right, and then here we're going to put in, just adding an item to the signature. Then removed container. And this one is going to be running container. Finished statement. Finished statement. There we go. Okay. So let's run that. There we go. Start running container, stop container, remove container. Excellent. Okay. So then the last little bit here, let's see if we could do this real quick. Public string get docker IP. Let's just call it address. I'm gonna go here, and then it's gonna be. Oh, this is the thing that's weird. So we want to say using this. Insert this and then this. There we go. The command is going to be inspect what's your get IP address from container. There it is. It was this one. And that needs to be, actually let's do this, string command equals this. I need to clean it up just a little bit, make it a little easier to read. And this just needs to be the name. Yeah, that'll work. So then here, put in command as such. Process dot start. And let's do this using. Yeah, my new process. Process dot start. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's not how it needs to go. It needs to go like, let's just snag this. This new process. Yeah, okay, so the command would go into here. Docker I don't know. Yes, okay. Oh, actually, I could probably do this Docker. Yes. And this would be, right, you shall execute false. File name, hello world. Oh, this needs to be Docker. then in that case. And then this my process dot command info. Oh, and the process would be, ooh, not all that stuff. Just put the command in. So we'll pass in the command. So my process dot. So over here, what does it do? Hello world, true, create new window. Property of the story is true. These null or empty. No. God, that's the kind of docs that just aren't really there. File name. Okay, use shell execution. Maybe find command. Yeah, that's what I want to do, but I want to get results from it. That is the inherent freaking problem here. Get results of process.start. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay. So proc, new process, start info, new process, start info. This is going to be Docker. This is going to be the command. Shell execute. I don't think so. Okay, let me there. So then start while proc standard output in a stream line, read line. Let's do console dot write line line. Oh God, it seemed like a lot of work there. Is our return line. No. We're gonna do void. No, I need to return it. Darn it. So let's just do this. I don't need to do all that stuff. So I'll just do return. Let's return that. Whoops. Here we go. Okay, so let's do var line equals this. Then we're going to do return line. Damn it, stop doing that line. Here we go. And then this is going to actually be declared here. So string line. What? Empty string. There we go. And then we're going to do var string.empty. What's it fussing about? Just typed keyword. Sure. Okay. So then get Docker address should be able to be put into the center of start it. And then we'll do a console dot write line Docker for tests. Whoops. Dot get Docker address. Oh, let's see what happens here. Boom. I have no idea what just happened. What the hell? Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, I don't care. Oh, that is not the command. All right, well, this is going to be one of those that just, we didn't quite wrap it up cleanly, but you get where I'm going with that. It's been a battle, serious battle. So with that, I'm going to say adios for now, and we will come back to this in the near future. I'm just going to leave this like this, kind of broken, and I'm going to leave the tests in their test state, which is, let's run this and see how many we have that fail. So it's in a buildable state, and we're getting there. But I need these tests to be, I need the test to work.